So one day I'm kind of in a rush, and I get in there, I grab my hymnal, and I walk into church, and boom, there's this woman in my seat. She had 999 other seats to choose from. She's in my seat. So I slid into the row, a couple seats over, not as nice as my seat, but close. And I noticed that I thought for a minute she was a high school or a college person who didn't study for her test and was going, oh, Jesus, just let me get the 1.9 like this guy got. I'll be happy for that. But she was a homeless woman. And it was time for communion, and I got up and stepped past her and went to communion. Actually, I went over and shared my hymnal with her. And at the end of Mass, she says to me, sir, can I share something with you? And I said, sure. She says, I have to be at the courthouse at 1:30. I have a $50 fine to pay, and I have no money. You see that elderly woman sitting down there? Yep. She saw me crying, and she came over and asked me what was wrong, and I told her what was wrong, and she wrote me a check for $50. And she proudly held up the check. And the woman who wrote the check's name started with Judge. And I said, that's a miracle. You got a miracle. And as I began to leave, she stopped me again and said, sir, I haven't eaten in a couple of days. Can you help me? It was one of those days late in the week. You know, my wife only gives me a 20 for the week. But right over the hill, Akron U has a little canteen, a little eating area, and they have a ATM in there, my bank. So she walked with me. We go down the hill. I get some money. I gave her some money for the day, and we had lunch together. And I found out that it was the first time she had ever been in a church. She took the bus downtown and was walking to the courthouse, saw this church, and she said, I think I'm going to go in and pray for a miracle. And she got one. So when we were done, we're walking back up the hill toward the courthouse, church on the right, courthouse on the left. We stopped. She gave me the biggest hug. And she said, I went to church for the first time today praying for a miracle, and I got 2. And she thanked me, and I walked away, and I looked back at her, and she looked at me, and I said, next time, don't be in my seat.